A very good morning to you. A wonderful, wonderful day today, the 22nd of July, 2024. How have you been? Welcome to Smart Means Business. We are live here at Smart 24 TV. It's always a delight to have you. My name is Kem Chadorin. We'll be taking you through, and I'm here with my colleague Noah. Good morning, Noah.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Uganda.
That says it all.
I expected to see that, but Doreen is like, oh,
that says it.
Good.
Oh, you see. Let's.
Good morning, Uganda. By the way,
let's have it all. I know you are ready to go. You're like a charging horse today.
By the way, in my introduction,
yes.
I would like to remind people that we are located just opposite Kingdom Kampala, and also opposite Garden City, and also opposite Garden City.
How many opposites do we have?
We have quite an interesting.
We have Garden City.
We have a corner.
Garden City roundabout just below Smart 24 TV studios.
We are there.
And we have Kingdom Kampala on our left.
On our left.
Yes, so we're very easy to
we
find.
Have
you can't
one of those, that obvious location that you can easily just access us.
Yeah. Yes, and you will be able as well to find us on DSTV 372 as well as GoTV 320. Please let us know what you think. Get onto our social media pages and let us know what you think about today. Today we have a couple of things. In what way? In what way?
You don't
clarify.
Explain the location.
Clarify.
And platforms and understand.
Feel free to let us know what you think and what you think about some of these topical discussions as we go through. But it's always a delight to have you join us. Sure. Now, for your latest national, regional, as well as international news, we have a lot coming in. Quite a lot. In fact, Noah is quite hyped up about some of the ghosts that he has been able to find out here and there. Ghost employees all the way from 2007 and behind. What is happening to Uganda? What is happening? Ghost refugees, ghost soldiers, ghost employers in the BAP.
Even ghost.
We're going to talk about that all throughout this conversation.
Even ghost
refugees as well.
Ghost refugees.
That was 2023.
That is amazing.
Ghost. You know, when you meet someone actually right now, there's a lot of satire going on, but touch someone, just touch. That person could as well be a ghost. People that died long time ago, those ones that are absconded and are still receiving monies.
I like how the gentleman who was explaining the issue of ghosts talked about it. He translated it into Luganda. I said, emizimu.
But that is what they are.
I know.
That is what they are.
I didn't look at it in the local language. In the local language, it's more scary. It's very scary. Emizimu. Emizimu mu government.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Mu government.
Do you remember those childhood stories that we used to talk about of night dancers and ghosts, and they would give us nightmares?
Yes.
So I sat down, and after watching this video, and I was remembering, okay, Emizimu, they are operating government.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And he said they also go for trips.
They also go for trips. They also attend
These
meetings.
Countries, they attend meetings. They sign for per diem. Yeah? They sign for allowances. These ghosts.
It is not a joking matter.
It's not.
It's not. So ridiculous.
But you see, the
insolence. This is really insolence. It's insolence.
Imagine how much money we are losing.
Billions, trillions per annum actually, when it comes down to the latest.
But it's
trillions per annum.
Oh, I wish we could get that video right on. But let's see what Peter can do. But the thing is, this country sometimes reminds me of the days of the Bible, when the prophets would come and warn the kings and tell them, you see, because of this, the Lord is angry with you.
Yes.
He's
change your ways.
You change your ways.
Change your ways, otherwise the Lord's wrath. But no.
And we had so many stubborn kings.
I know. But this country reminds you of so many things. It reminds you of the biblical times. It reminds you of post. You know, it's something else. The way things are being handled, the laxity. the movement from one level of theft to another. This is now grand scale. By the way, we've already upgraded.
Yeah, we are.
It is grand scale. It is no longer that sort of just little bits of money that someone can say you should be ashamed. This is now grand scale, whereby someone says, "What is wrong with you?"
Before they would steal a few blocks from a hospital and a school. They would steal some like half a kilometer,
and they would be so guilty.
But these days, they are stealing the entire building is stolen. Entire hospital is stolen.
Yeah.
Before it, you see, I was here with the executive director of PPDA, Public Procurement and disposal, that long authority.
Yes.
That's Mr. Benson. And I was telling him, when you're dealing with these people, you should understand that these are thieves. A thief will start by stealing your sandals. Elevate to a chicken, he will come for your goat. Before you know it, he's coming for your life.
If you don't do anything.
Yes. Before you know it, he's coming for your life. And this is the same thing, because over time, and so I was telling you, like in the Bible days where they used to warn people, the government of Uganda has been warned about corruption.
So many times.
For decades, you get.
Yeah.
Even the ghost workers, we have seen a few years ago, General Sejusa, aka Tunyefunza, who came out and talked about ghost workers in the military. In the military, that is dangerous.
Yeah.
He talked about them, those ghost workers. But people did not act. I don't know if the military acted, because usually the military, the president acts very fast when it comes to the military. And if that was acted upon. But the ghost workers in different offices have been talked about in the pension schemes. So now, grand scale has manifested, because the people who are taking smaller have now the guts and the power to come and take people's
You see, when it comes down to who do you get to look at, it's like a cocoon, It's like a cocoon. This cancer is within a small cocoon at the top. It starts off with a cocoon, and then, of course, because they know they will be tracked, they basically leave a trail of little monies. Yes, little monies. It's like it's like a national cake, actually, that you get to make sure that those ones who can sniff it out are given something, so that they keep quiet. And do you know that the majority of the people, as has been said, some of the people that have found themselves behind bars, it's because they did not actually silence the trail. They didn't silence the trail. They did not give, they ate alone.
So in other words, the people who have stolen are so many that some of them are smarter, some of them... but let's see, because if this gentleman comes out and says there are no more, is it the Auditor General has dealt with that? Let's see what happens.
Let us see what happens.
Let us see what happens. But also it comes to the journalists now
to raise up, to blow the horn.
To raise up and do some because now this is just beyond an innovative story. It's a story that has been given to us to do investigation. So let's see if someone can come out or do.
And all throughout this, we will be backtracking. We will be backtracking on what was from 2007. The cry already was out. 2007, the cry was out. What went along that? What happened with that? 2023, down, actually come down 2015. Another cry was made out. Come down 2023. What is happening along those lines? Is it someone just blowing the horn and then it dies down?
Yes.
A couple of people are thrown behind the doors, and then after that, more money is given across.
In 2007, when you talk about 2007, I think a lot of things happened around there. It's a time when they stole Choga money. He said, that a time when we had Gavi Fund as well.
Gavi Fund. And this is where we're going to talk about this all throughout this.
But you see, let's talk about some. Let's highlight a little bit of now that it has come to the light.
Yes.
Let's highlight some of the mistakes that have been happening since then. The way they have dealt with the culprits was also a promotion and an ignition.
Yes.
To letting
for the others.
For the others.
And this is where the insolence comes in. But remember, Noah, like we mentioned, it is just a cocoon at the top. Yes? A cocoon, and this cocoon really has in all the big shots coming in.
Wow.
And it is to such a point that even in the different reports that we have been getting in every now and then, if you are actually thrown into a particular department and you do not want to participate as part of that trail, you stand a very high chance of being thrown out. If you don't want to participate, that means you are at any one time going to snitch on them. So how do you come in and clean up that mess, especially when that mess, as has been said, talk about Gavi, talk about Chogom, talk about all these different things that are coming up. When all these different people at the very top are closest to the people in power.
Yes.
Yes. We're talking about now the failures.
There are people they're not closest to the people in power. They are people in power.
There are people in power.
Yes.
Yes.
Because if you run a government office, that is power. Power that may not be equated to a certain level, but you've been given power by the president. You've been given power by the Ugandan.
No, we have the power that is given by the people. We have the power that is by the sign, but we have the signers. Yes? The Gamba Nogus, the finals. Exactly. So the power comes in different shades. And now we're talking about the ultimate power. The ultimate power.
Talking about Gamba Nogu, it's one of the most annoying statements I've ever heard in this country.
Yes,
by the way, that statement is as
it
bad.
Is a symptom.
Yes, it's a symptom, and the way it came, it was it like you say, it's a symptom. It came and highlighted what was going on. Yeah. The good thing is that it showed us, it justified something wrong was happening, but the bad thing is that somehow people have made it like it is
a normalcy.
An operational statement.
Yes.
You know, an okay operational statement, approved.
The thing about Ugandans, yes, about we Ugandans, is that no matter how much the tragedy, we will always find a way of normalizing it and making fun out of it. And that has been one of our worst points actually when you come out, and this has been highlighted especially when it comes to different forms of riots, when it comes out to different and the comparisons with other countries, because they come up and say this has happened, someone has stolen money. Talk about West Africa, talk about South Africa, talk about other East African countries. They will come out, but with Ugandan we make such a joke of it. One or two people get to talk about it, they highlight it, then it becomes a meme. Yes, it is just talked about along as you go. So this is why different stakeholders keep coming out and saying Ugandans rise up, Ugandans rally, and really talk about these things and pinpoint. That does not in any way mean maybe the violence and all that. It does not, because we don't need that violence. We need these culprits apprehended. But how can this be done?
How can it be done?
How can it be done? How can it be done? When you have each person coming out with all the evidence down to ground, and then it fizzles away, just dies away. You see? And
let's see how we're going with this. And let's see if actually the ghost workers will be dealt with. Because sometimes in Uganda, there are so many things that we have been promised. This is done. This is a gone case.
Well, so far 3,000, 2,000 to 3,000, and this action still goes on, have been scrapped away. Those ones, the dead, have now been allowed to
we've seen to
stay in peace, to rest in peace. The dead finally are off, and they're not receiving any money. Those ones who absconded.
I know this statement may be offensive to a few, but I would like to justify something here. To the leaders and to people who are in power, I think one of the things that they have always emphasized and done is the part where they promise to crush opposition. The opposition is always crushed successfully.
Yes.
You get?
Yeah.
And but when it comes to things
cleaning
that
up
really affect, when it comes to things that affect Ugandans, why has government promised and failed to fulfill?
Those are some of the things we're going to be talking about.
I don't know if we should really think about it. I don't know whether it's not necessary, but I find it very necessary that when the president promised to crush the opposition, he actually almost succeeded with everything.
Yes.
You know, the biggest political party by then, FDC, was weakened. You get. People Power came with a lot of wave. Now it's also, facing a lot of challenges here and there. These efforts that are dropped on crushing the opposition. Why can't it be the same? Because I feel
With
like
the
the
same
strongest
energy.
opposition are the people who are failing development in the country. People who are taking money. I feel like this is the biggest opposition to us all Ugandans. You get?
Yeah.
So maybe
Nationalism.
priority, nationalism, patriotism
Yes.
should be redefined in our minds to understand that patriotism is about wishing well your country. If it's about development, if it's about implementation of the National Development Plan, let it be given the uttermost priority and enforcement. The same way demonstrations are cracked in
Noah.
Uganda.
No, I believe some of these things come out, the rantings and ravings, such as what you have done right now. You come up and there is no particular person. I want the names. The names should be called out for any particular accountability, or someone to be grabbed by the news and said, you know what, you have to pay back these monies that were stolen. You are accountable. Yes? The same thing that is being done right now with the PS.
Enforcement.
Yes, Geraldine. Something comes up, you must be, it's not just people are stealing money. Who is stealing money? Where have they stolen it? How much has been stolen it? When you zero down to the particulars, that is where something can be done. But for as long as it is, Uganda is bleeding, look at our health system, people are dying, then you bring 1 or 2 people who are in a dire state and looking at it, it does not really trickle back to the person that is supposed to be held
Responsible.
Yes,
for this.
let there be an initiative whereby, whatever it should be called, whereby those who are accountable, those who have let down this particular country are called out by name. Name after name, what year, which period, which accountability season period was all this done. Then you can begin to follow up. But for as long as we are now looking at the victims, looking at the dire state, nothing really is going to be done. Those will hide under others, they will hide under. But when you know that this particular thief has a face, has a name, it is easier to pull out this person.
Pull out that person.
It is easier to pull out. Where have you reached with so and so?
People should stop politicking with other people's lives. When it comes to, you see, I keep on telling my colleagues, those that we have done a little bit of politics with, I keep on telling them that, you know, there's a difference between politics and leadership. And it's a reality. And I had a leadership coach here who also emphasized the same point. There's a difference between politics and leadership.
Yes.
Politique and win the elections. When you get into those offices, please provide leadership. Leadership requires listening. Leadership requires integrity. Leadership requires commitment. Leadership requires determination. Leadership requires, you know, flexibility in the mind and everything. But they drop all these things and carry politics into offices.
No.
Now Parliament has become a business place where transactions for wrong dealings are happening.
And let us drive some business right now by let's go for a break and drive some business here at Smart 24 TV. See you after the break. They should take you to Parliament right now. You should.
Smart 24, driving business.